It's not true. It's
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hello, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days around the sun, minus an hour due to daylight savings time. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. It's every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. we all gather here to watch the forgotten quote-unquote television classics from World Championship Wrestling's past in the 90s. Welcome everyone. Again, my name's Tom Green and my socials are right about there. Look at them. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I see number one Gunkle, Cajun Mule Tigre, Brian Dermody. Hope your hand's doing better. Rowan Fresh. Sorry to hear about the daylight savings mishap. Optimum Vision. Hello, my dude. Soggy Hydrox, Nicholas Infantante, Will Scott. Let's see, Jake Bars, Matt P. I am not. I'm still very sick. Thankfully, though, it's not COVID. I got tested this morning. I was finally able to get out of bed. I believe we have a new follow as well. If the chat will work, come on. Mike Cicerone's here. Shoot. Why is it not going up? Anyway, why is it? No Mercy is here. Hey, Masteel, not Lupus, despite how my face looks. Mythicus Maximus is here, Bam Dog's here. I believe it's Outlaw Cowboy is the name of the person. Alright, Outlaw. Thank you for commenting below because the chat will not scroll up for me. Hey, Peter Crawford. Hey, Midnight Fowler. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, we're going to watch WCW Saturday Night from June the 12th, 1994. Not June the 12th, it's March the 12th. Again, stick with me. Upper respiratory infections doing its number on me. So hopefully I'll be 100% by next week, but for sure tonight might be a little low energy. Oh, BJ Pinno, I'm sorry to hear you and your girlfriend caught the flu. Oh my goodness. I hope you get to feeling better as well. Boxes with God, hello. Before we get to all the show though, as I put this down just a little bit, too much headroom. Like to tell y'all about Nitro, the incredible rise and inevitable collapse of Ted Turner's WCW, the expanded edition. In my opinion, the best researched wrestling book of all time. Currently available with 4 bonus chapters, a new foreword from Eric Bischoff, dozens of new tidbits, an expanded image section, show formats and scripts, and over 100 footnotes to the original story. It has my highest recommendation if you've not read it yet. Would like to. The QR code will be up all night above my head. Go ahead and scan that. Go over there, get the book, and use WCW Cuts as a code. Gives you 10% off, and it gives me a couple bucks in my PayPal. So without any further ado, let's get into the show. Hail killed WCW. He definitely dented it. That's for sure. Let's go. All right. The classic Saturday Night intro, which was still new at the time. They had just debuted this a number of months before our show today aired. Almost said hailed.
Engage cybernetic generation.
Darn you, Bam Dog, getting words in my head. You have no idea. Kind of like with the stuff with the royal family and Kate Middleton. I did so much like little kid detective work, trying to figure out whose arm that was flexing. Always thought it was Lex Luger, even though he wasn't with the company. Hello, Jonathan Mayer. Welcome back from Jamaica.
WCW Saturday Night. An opportunity to wrestle Nature Boy Ric Flair for the World Championship is in the balance.
Always funny when we have a voiceover. Here's what's coming up tonight, as if it's like a TV show. I mean, it is, but when he finds out why Hulk Hogan has a blue bandana, because he joined the Crips. Tex Slazenger in center stage. Commercials tonight. Yes, there are commercials tonight, Optimum. Yes, there are. Hell yeah, I'm super jealous of your buddy Peter Crawford. Spring Stampede 94 is one of the best pay-per-views of all time. Such a good show. Thankfully, Tex stays clothed this week.
And what a program we have for you during this program. Stunning Steve will face Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, U.S. head of the line.
Hey, that one, Cameron Zebra. Yes, good old-fashioned 90s commercials. We got a lot of them tonight. Hopefully some shampoo commercials. It is Alan Brush. Ryan, you're gonna make me cough.
Has got a new entrant in WCW. We'll find out about that. Also,
Speaking of my headroom being bad earlier, there's a lot of headroom here for a show being shot by trained professionals.
Your hats, your shorts, or your brain, anything else. Tonight, you will see.
I love Bobby. He made that joke wasn't any good until he made his face.
This past week in Orlando at Disney World with the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Bobby just had gotten there a few months before, so he still cares.
I got the story. I got the story.
Or at least he's not drunk on air. Everybody does want headroom. If you don't have headroom, you look short. And in wrestling, everybody wants to look tall. Here we go. Tex Slazenger. This is the house that Tex built, kind of like Piper in Portland, Punk in Chicago, Brett in Calgary. It's Tex Slazenger in center stage. For those of you who don't know, Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce were two of the first quote-unquote ironic baby faces in wrestling, at least in this building. As you see the sign held up by, I believe it's one of the South Atlanta boys. There were a group of fans. There were like Stephen Prazak, John Horton, Scott Hudson. If you recognize those names, they were the global commentary crew. But they would all go to center stage tapings every week, and they would cheer their hearts out for Tex and Shanghai. And it would bother Ole Anderson so bad. They would literally stop tapings to yell at them to stop doing it. But eventually they turned the entire crowd to cheer Tex and Shanghai. Dude, Dennis Knight had such a great wrestling look. Hey, LJH. Yeah, the Tex and Shanghai song was used by pretty much any cowboy dude in WCW. I know Bobby Duncombe used it for a bit. A couple luchadors might have even used it. Hey, Dreamcast Ultra, I love Pillman too.
I can't talk. That Oakland tries to steal my thunder all the
Yeah,
time.
that's right, Hector Garza did use it. Okay, thank you. That's who I was thinking of, Peter Crawford.
Story from Hogan. Stay tuned. Call your friends. Call your mother-in-law. Call your bail bondsman. Call anybody.
I think if we would have known about top wrestling at the time, Nicholas, we would have covered it on the Fun Time Arcade. We covered some pretty obscure shit. I mean, Sergeant Slaughter's Mat Wars, come on. A wrestling game with a freaking slave trade in it. Brian was... This is almost 4 years to the day before the Booker Man promo.
Oh, did he talk?
Not 4 years, 2 years. Again, my math's not good. Brain fog. I'd swear I tested negative for COVID today.
The big guy from Texas to try to slow this pace down.
Big guy from Tech. I believe he's from Pensacola. But you know, he has a Texas shape on his ass. Oh, Dennis Knight's huge. Like, he's not that much shorter than Undertaker.
And we have that interview with Hulk Hogan.
Like when the Godwins wrestled the Body Donnas in like '96, they made them look so tiny.
Drop kick. Arm drag. Flying Brian using the quickness to get ahead here in our opening bout.
I suggest if we're going to see the Equalizer's big brother, maybe we should get ourselves...
Yes, also tonight we have the debut of the Equalizer's big brother.
That's a good point.
So,
That's why you're the brain.
I'm the
have
brain.
that to look forward to.
Flying Brian holding on to an outside armbar now.
What the hell's an inside armbar? I love how he goes, wait a minute! Wait a minute! Like he's calling a cab.
Trying to push away.
Great counter, just pushing the guy's
Bring
face.
up his right knee into Flying
Boom.
Brian's midsection.
Well, he went with a foot.
Just as good. It works.
Up against the ropes. Flying Brian is...
Jesus,
Has him
Uber.
exactly where he wants it.
Tex doesn't have half of his foot anymore, I recently learned.
The crucifix into a
He had an accident.
sunset flip.
And no, not an accident. He had a diabetes, I think it was.
Too much
I remember, if I'm not mixing up my stories. And yeah, he lost half of his foot.
So fast, I couldn't keep up with him. Of course, I can't anticipate.
But he seemed to be in good spirits. I saw an interview with him recently.
I can predict things.
Yeah, this was Hogan was on his way into WCW Nichols.
Driving down on
Like
the
they
outside.
got a promo with him later
Predict
on
something?
on the set of Thunder in
Four
Paradise.
guys with long hair gonna come here from England and make a lot of music.
That's happened.
See, was I wrong?
I should have known. Good to have you with us wherever you are.
He's literally right under the ropes and he won't grab it.
Our second week in a row. Looking good on TBS.
Boy, you bet, huh?
Shoulder block.
Just a minute, I have a message here.
All right, well, the brain's taking
Always
a
love when
phone
Bobby
call,
would
as he does.
pretend to
A
get like
takedown. We got a
messages
still called here. Oh my, what was the
from
phone
his
call?
assistant
It wasn't
Woody.
a phone call with a message.
All right, well,
I've heard the Buff Dark Side of the Ring is really good. I have a DVRing, so I could watch it tomorrow.
and
Had to do with ropes.
If you do watch it tonight, just leave my stuff on in the background so I continue to get credit for your review.
I'll tell you, someone's trying to undermine me.
But I mean, the problem is DDP did his own documentary about Buff and put it on YouTube. Hey, Paul Topper, are you the commissioner of Top Wrestling on the Amiga we were talking about a few minutes ago? Paul, welcome. Thank you for bringing the stale soda, the stale crackers and flat soda. Have a seat, relax with the rest of the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat.
Mistake of even going with Colonel Rob Parker.
Yeah, I heard Judy's a big part of the Dark Side of the Ring tonight, so.
I think he made a mistake of not
But
carrying
no,
his weight.
DDP
Maybe
did
he
a
should go back
YouTube
to
doc
his other job
about
as an
Brian,
airline attendant.
and he's like, oh, Buff's, not Brian, but about Buff. He's like, oh, Buff's good now.
No, he
So,
got it
like,
from his high-flying aerial tactics.
We pretty much know how it ends.
That's where he got it from.
I mean, not that
No, he used to sit on the
he's
jump
not dead, so.
He's a stewardess.
Anyway.
He's not thinking about that right now.
Yeah, the one about the American males, but like the first half is all about Buff's up and down.
Looking pretty darn good.
Look at this hold from Tex Slazenger. I believe those are the models that would get paid to sit in the crowd at center stage because
Pressure put on the chin.
Turner executives thought that the locals in Atlanta were too uncouth for television. And by uncouth, I mean a word I'm not going to repeat because it's very racist.
Head first.
Flying Brian's not
They
flying
wanted pretty
anymore.
white women up front.
He's crawling.
And those are the best type of wrestlers, in my opinion, Brian, are the guys who don't look like much, and then they go in the ring and they're like, yeah. I'm a big JD Drake guy, too, in AEW. I love him. And he's another guy. Doesn't look like he'd be all that good, and then he goes in there and kills it.
Cover him good. Shivani should have hooked the legs or hooked the tights or dropped the knee.
Yeah, Buff was trying to do a Mr. Rogers gimmick on the Indies for a minute. It was really weird.
That is illegal.
No, illegal is a sick bird.
Hey, Sarah, welcome, Computer Hall. Hell yeah, you're here. I'm here. Tex is here. Tex Slazenger. DDP's also a giant.
Back up. Flying Brian.
DDP had that one match in AEW when it started, and it is the funniest match to watch him be a foot taller than everyone in the ring. Like Butcher and the Butcher, not Butcher, a Blade. No, it's Butcher. Butcher, Andy Williams. He's a big guy, right? DDP made him look like a child. Like MJF literally looked like he did when he was on the Rosie show. Might as well have been singing "You Are My Sunshine" next to DDP. Rex and Brian get a lot of time. Yes, Jake. But I think we're hitting the home stretch. That being said, it's not as bad as you would think. Not that I think it would be bad. It's just...
Big chops, and those are open-handed slaps.
Oh, thank you for the offer. Maybe when my schedule settles down a little bit, definitely reach out, Peter. Right now things are a bit crazy, and I know Noli's about to go into baseball season, so I'm gonna have a lot of nights where I'm not home, but definitely after that. Brian was very good.
Look at his eye. He's got that fire. Whoa, my. He's got that fire burning in his eyes. Same as Nolan Ryan.
Pick up.
Look at this power. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna kill Brian. Brian always like I know that the cradle kind of really came in with Ray. But like Brian always had like the weird way of doing the Hurricane Rana pin, where like he'd do the Rana and then just kind of roll back on the guy. Hey, Space Ghost. I think the games are gonna be on Tuesdays, so I'm gonna be like rushing home from the ball field. If it's anything like last year.
You know, Dustin's got that in his eyes, so does his father.
This song's up there with the old Sting song, Turbocharged. It's like two of the great WCW songs from the stock music era. Hey, watch how weird this pin is. This isn't how Brian always did this. He would like lean back like that. That doesn't look like he has any leverage whatsoever, but hey, it's wrestling.
And it wins the match for Flying Brian. Standing by with world champion Ric Flair is Mean Gene Okerlund. It works.
All right,
Sorry, battling off a sneeze.
Ric Flair, the current reigning world championship wrestling heavyweight title.
I completely forgot up front because of all my sickness. Shout out to everybody who has been hanging out on my YouTube channel. This week I had a short about the Mongolian Mauler hit 1 million views. Currently sitting at almost 1.4 million. So it's going and going. And my channel is probably, at this rate, it's probably 2 days away from hitting 10,000 subscribers. So thank you, everyone. I'm going to mute real quick so I can blow my nose and not blow your guys' ears out.
I know there's a lot of things we've got to cover, as you know. The big interview with none other than the immortal Hulk Hogan. He's had to be at the top of your list as of late.
Well, Gene,
all right.
That Hulk Hogan would take time.
Yeah, this is that weird period where Hogan's like there, but he's not there. And then you go back later and realize they didn't really have him under contract. They were building to this match. I did not have him. It's insanity.
And right here today, Ricky Steamboat, the #1 challenger, and the U.S. heavyweight champion, Steve Austin, meet for the privilege of wrestling Ric Flair at the Spring Stampede.
Up just a smidge.
So boys, the Nature Boy is going to park it out here. You're going to watch it. The world's going to watch it. The two top guys meet to have the chance to meet Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight champion.
All right, the Spring Stampede coming up.
I always thought the world's heavyweight champion sounded weird, like the world owns you. Whereas if you're the world heavyweight champion, you own the territory.
Well, it goes with the territory. If you want to walk that out, if you want to style a profile, if you want the privilege of being called #1,
I don't
then you've got
have no interest in it, actually.
meet and beat #1 time and time again. It's the greatest sport in the world. It's the sport of kings. Woo, Chicago, here we come.
Also see you in
multiple worlds. That makes sense.
Stay tuned, we're going to be back with more exciting action.
Hello, Teo. Howdy. Welcome. Up next, the Z-Man. Did not realize Z-Man was going to be around. This is like right at the ass end of his run. Here we go. Everybody's favorite commercials. Nestle Crunch. The scrunchous feeling.
This year, it's a whole
Sounds
new
like
ball
something
game
that you
with
get
11
from a
hot
guy in the
inserts
corner.
substituted one per pack. Gold
You
foil
hand him
stamping, UV
a
coating,
bill
the
and
all-rookie
gives you a bag.
exchange card. More
Inside that bag is a
quality and
scrumptious feeling.
1994 Flair baseball.
Yeah, Z-Man, this is
Every
at the
pack.
the end of his run. Like, I saw Ron Simmons is on the show too. I'm pretty sure this is the end of Ron Simmons' run as well.
And now make way for Throttle's blazing cycle with a blazing back wheel of power. Just pull the ripcord and the blazing cycle.
Do kids still? My son Noli collects AEW cards, and my son Eric collects Pokemon cards. Noli said there's some kids at his school that collect basketball cards. I don't know about baseball cards though. I know grown adults, like the eBay collector gang, are all about the baseball cards.
Our movie's about you.
That's creepy as shit. Oh, Taj Mowry.
Would you like fries with that?
That's a horrifying being, whatever that is. And they were advertising that to children. And Brickhouse currently, he's on r/incel right now. I think about how women need to be subservient to him and his burger needs.
What's next? Castrol GTX, engineered for today's smaller cars. Try Castrol Super
Yeah,
Clean
no, the
for tough
pandemic,
jobs.
man, those
If it won't
cards
come
go
clean with Super Clean, it won't come
through the
clean.
roof.
What's cool? What's hot? And looks awesome.
I am absolutely familiar with Tom Zink's
That's right.
early
We're gonna
internet
make you look
infamy.
good with the new
I have
official
listened to
WCW
his
wear.
Wrestling Observer
This
Live
stuff is
appearances
extra.
so many
And
times.
We've got t-shirts,
That dude
sweatshirts,
theoretically
shirts,
should have
and
been
more.
sued
Cool clothes
dozens
for all.
of times
WCW
for libel.
wear. Right here. To order your WCW
If
wear, get the
anything he
catalog
said
by
was
calling
remotely
toll-free
false.
1-800-4-WCW now.
But he would say whatever was on his mind about anybody.
When it's time to get
He was the first guy I heard do the Jim Barnett impression.
Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
Brian, my boy.
Might end up dead.
You might end up dead is my middle name.
What about Jane?
I don't know her middle name.
Naked Gun 33 1/3. The final insult.
Yeah, dude, I looked, Wrestling for Sale, I think, is one of the websites that does the vintage shirts. I looked at that one just to see what they were selling. They're like late 80s, early 90s, like WWF shirts selling for like $800-900 there. I'm like, nope. That early Bunkhouse Buck, back before they gave him the cue to maybe stop looking like you shower. Holy shit. Sarah, Computer Hell, just called the 804 WCW number, and it's now a QVC line. If, buy some throw pillows, bill them to Twitch.
Been here all afternoon long, brother, and I've not hit one soul.
Yeah, Jimmy Golden. These dudes are tall.
I want somebody tonight. How about you?
All right, yeah, that's what I'm referencing, Wills. Wrestling for Sale, yeah. They, I looked at the website in their bio, some of the shirt prices. Oh my god, I mean, I get it. Oh yeah, that video is awesome. If you didn't see it today, I posted a vignette where where Colonel Parker was trying to build Blacktop Bully out of jail in the end of '94, and they used like security footage from the jail, and it's very fun.
Well, I thank you very much, Colonel Robert Parker. And this is, well, the new piece of talent he's got in his stable. Whoa. And I do mean stable.
Promotional considerations paid for by the following.
You Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
Yeah, this was the era where Buck still looked like he hadn't showered. Or so also he had showered. Like he looked too clean. Looked too clean to be Bunkhouse Buck.
System has drops that safely loosen wax.
Like his clothes look new.
Wax away. Murine, the complete medically approved earwax removal system.
Jim.
Yeah, Bunkhouse is 6'4". I think he's wearing boots to make him taller. So I think Colonel's taller than he is.
Introducing first from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Poor Z-Man. He had music. Why are you not giving him an entrance? Poor Z-Man.
His opponent from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Buddy Lee Parker.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama is way too cool sounding of a hometown for Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker.
He wanted to hit somebody, and he was going to hit anybody close to him.
He should have hit Okerlund right between the running lights. Hey, let me ask you
Here we
something.
go. Z-Man against the police, like we always imagined. And like what happened later on, actually.
I don't know. But I know that, and I do understand, I'm getting word from the back that Bunkhouse Buck is causing a lot of commotion back there. He wants to hit somebody.
He will do it.
I love that breaking news. Wrestler wants to hit someone. That's the weird thing, Matt. That's a good point. Like obviously I've watched a lot of WCW for the various accounts I run, as well as when I was a child, and you do not see the State Patrol team up as much as you'd think.
Oh, the Z-Man's very quick.
Like after about 89, 90, it is very like hit or miss. If Lieutenant James Earl Wright shows up. Buddy was always there.
Colonel Parker has an important program. We have an important program. Colonel Parker brings Stunning Steve out. In the
I think if this was not Buck's debut, it was like a week or two out before this. But yeah, very close.
Spring Stampede, our first Spring Stampede control center.
Spring Stampede was Buck's first pay-per-view match against Dustin. It was really good.
And our interview that Mean Gene conducted with Hulk Hogan, still in this program.
That I got the story on, that I scooped him. Tony, I'll give you a little hint.
Way to just like open your legs all the way. So just wiggle his head right out. It's bugging me how much Z-Man's boots do not match his gear. I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Now when I laid these questions on him, the big Hulkster's jaw just opened up. He could, well, you'll see.
The big Hulkster's jaw opens up.
I did it myself.
Look at the Z-Man. Roma.
Sorry.
Head of steam that time with both feet putting.
Realize I had other tabs open that probably are causing some issues.
And rolls him back in. Buddy Lee hitting the far side ropes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like something will happen in wrestling once or twice, and then 10 years later you'll think, oh, it happened all the time. Mineral deficiency, Tom Zing and Greg Iron.
One bad apple. Back in the
corner. You know why they call him the Z-Man?
No.
Oh, you must know.
What was that move Tom Zink was trying to do? The flying you catch me?
Why do they call him Z-Man?
Remember, let's make a deal. When you lost, what happened? You got zonked. Right, there's the human zonk right there.
No, man. The human zonk.
He got zonked.
I'm so sorry. Well, yeah, that's the first thing I noticed is he's not wearing orange or purple boots. Or even white. Hey, Spooky, welcome. Just in time to watch the Z-Man.
Covers again, got a 2 count.
The Zonk Man.
Give him a lot of credit. He's a strong, powerful individual.
And the Z-Man has slowed down a lot.
That's right.
Looks like Mr. Parker here has done some damage.
Stretch Plum?
Watch out, Z-Man.
No, just a crucifix.
But Z-Man is in a pity predicament.
Look at this
here.
grapple fuck shit right here.
You count the 6?
No.
Okay, then you gotta have.
Look at that.
2 count.
Buddy Lee keeping a hold of the crucifix, try to like stop him. That was really impressive.
And a
cool little spot they did.
Head first to the turnbuckle. Z-Man trying to shake this off. But Buddy Lee is relentless here.
I understand. Oh, jeez. I understand Tex and Brian going long because they're both being pushed at the time. Neither of these guys are being pushed. This match could have been over. What the hell is that hold? It's like a front face lock, but he's chicken winged himself.
Z-Man rolling out, nicely done. Maybe he'll get it turned around here.
Well, yeah, Buddy Lee was a cop for years, Incident. First, like, 6 or 7 years of the run in WCW, he was a cop. Before he decided to steal Valor.
Buddy Lee to watch the hair. Big sledgehammer forearm. And a chop. This is where Z-Man does not want to be, Brain.
Did you ever take one of those, Tony, a chop like that or a chest? What
Hey, refs as wizards, welcome.
Does he have him?
There we go, Z-Man wins. Doesn't get to use the super kick. Doesn't get to do a cool move, he just pins him. Oh, he's just there to get beat up by Bunkhouse Buck. That's all that match was there. He could have come out like 3 minutes ago, theoretically. What is in his back pocket? Oh, a rope.
And he was going wild in the back like we told you. What is he doing now?
I don't know.
He's got a glove on his hand.
Got a glove. I miss the days when wrestling, where you could just like wear a glove you bought at Walmart, and you could lie and say that it's got metal in it, and people would buy it as like a deadly weapon. Yeah, good on Bunkhouse Buck for being a good sportsman and waiting for these guys to have their match.
The Colonel doesn't want him fined. He doesn't want him suspended. But he wants to send a message to Dustin Rhodes and everybody else.
All right, fans, we'll be back.
Some wedding, huh?
I love weddings.
I love weddings.
Would you consider marrying me?
I'm sorry?
Well, actually, I'm a little bored. You?
Not for long. Want a bomb?
He was the Fuller's brother-in-law, yes.
Can I get you something to drink?
Yeah.
A martini, shaken,
Golden.
not stirred, and you didn't answer my question. Want a bomb?
Like the TBS logo was up on the screen for the first second of
How big is
this.
your TV?
So I'm like, oh, it is a TBS commercial. That's a lot of money spent on a commercial about rerun movies.
Hey, humanoids, wake up.
It's the Brain on the hotline.
And I've got it all right here.
Call the biggest names in wrestling on the WCW hotline.
You know the biggest names in wrestling, like Dennis Brent?
What we can't say on TV, you can hear on the hotline. Call right now, the WCW hotline, 1-900-909-9900. Calls cost 99 cents per minute. Kids get parents' permission to call. Charges will appear on parents' phone bill.
As your engine
They appear on parents' phone bills, and when the parents call the phone company, you gotta get them taken off. And that's why 900 numbers died. Well, that and you could just buy
maximum protection against viscosity
whatever.
and thermal breakdown. Because if your viscosity
Bobby just did kayfabe stuff on the hotline. Like, he would just talk about storylines. Like, Bobby was not one to be like, oh, this is what the Observer said this week. Whereas Gene, yeah. Another Crunch commercial. Nestle owns everything nowadays. Water, candy, old wrestling.
Recipes make the chocolate so scrumptious and give your spirit that lift. Get the
Apparently, Nestle Crunch is a hallucinogen.
It was an age of tradition and privilege, when eminence was a birthright and passion a sin. Now, from the director of A View from the Shore comes a motion picture of rare significance.
That's what I thought this was.
Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final.
I will say,
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, March 18th.
very good demo read by the advertisers. They get Naked Gun ads on a wrestling show. Why the fuck are we just letting kids play with cow udders? They're just poking at this poor cow. What an irresponsible farmer.
You've got Selsun Power. Brush it. No flakes. You've got Selsun Power. With Selsun
Here we go, Brian. I don't think you'll be into this shampoo commercial though.
Dandruff problem? No way. You've got Selsun Power.
Here we go. Spring Stampede Control Center with Gene in his invisible fake Control Center area.
Saturday night. I'm going to tell you about yet another sensational World Championship Wrestling.
I did look a bit like Rob Lowe.
This one coming to you live from the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. Sunday, April 17th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm sure you recall at Super Brawl, the Boss assigned the duty of...
Yeah, the Bond promo seemed like so much effort went into it for just being about James Bond reruns.
Vader and manager Hardy Race couldn't play by the rules. As a result, chaos erupted. The Boss ended up being...
As a result, chaos erupted.
And just like that, pow!
Pow, Gene. Gene is excited about the Boss and Vader.
Right now, let's hear from both of these men.
Boss, listen up. April 17th, Spring Stampede, Chicago Horizon. I'm turning all the vengeance loose.
Gene ate his Wheaties today.
The man.
Yeah, this match rocked.
The gold should be around my waist. The only reason I'm not standing at the top of the world once again at the
That's cool.
champion.
That's the Boss Patel thing. Yeah, that's awesome that they actually
ready
made
for
that.
war, brother. Vader, I want you to listen real close.
Hilarious Bob. Dude, Harley dyed his hair for years. And it just made him look older. Like, he already looked kind of old, but he just looked ancient.
Puts their hands on the law, and you found that out, didn't you, punk?
I love... WCW had tiers of police at this point. They had the Boss, and they had, like, Buddy Lee Parker, and James Wright. I'm surprised somebody hasn't, like, you know, put out high-res quality versions of some of these chroma backgrounds from old wrestling shows for Zoom.
The first ever Spring Stampede, Sunday, April 17th, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. If you can't join us in Chicago, call your local cable company and join us on pay-per-view. You probably heard earlier
wrestling fans are perverts, yeah.
In the great WCW superstar Sting's life.
Ooh.
That's just one of the many hot topics I'm going to be talking about tonight on the WCW Hotline.
Probably like, Sting is in love with the World Championship.
Kids, get your parents' permission.
Sting is in love with charity work.
This year, it's a whole new ball game with 11 hot insert sets.
Thinking of baseball cards.
Gold foil stamping, UV coating, the all-rookie team exchange card, more quality and collectability.
Very cool. Yeah, Spring Stampede. I love the Spring Stampede pay-per-view name. Like, it sucks that it's just kind of sitting dormant.
You won't mind if I take a bite of his crispity, crunchity peanut.
I told you, Homer. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Want a bomb?
There we go. This commercial
I
again.
could be.
They paid a lot of money to shoot it. They're going to get their money's worth. Various forms.
Diamonds are forever. Begins tonight at 8:05 Eastern on
Sting's in love with Selsun Blue. John Tenta wouldn't be there for like 6 months.
Introducing Tiger Shark personal watercraft.
It's sad that the Tiger Shark commercial was so low quality that at first I thought it was one of those WCW mini movies.
If you could only see one Christmas movie this spring, make it The Ref. Critics agree. It's frighteningly funny.
What are you gonna do, shoot me?
9+.
Bitchin'.
I'm impressed. Incredibly clever. Hysterically
So you missed the Spring Stampede Control Center tale. Gene Okerlund was very excited for Spring Stampede.
The Ref.
And you missed...
Rated R. Now playing at a theater near you.
Yeah, that's about all you missed.
If you're scared of
I rented The Ref when I was a kid. I remember not liking it because, you know, I was a child.
Experience Milky Way Dark.
Happy anniversary to my bride.
Hey, drugs.
32 years.
Get well soon. I hate gossiping alone.
Happy birthday,
Are you gossiping alone? What the hell?
Older than me. A special thanks.
Tiger Shark number is a phone sex line. Sarah doing the all-important research for us.
When you want to send your best wishes with flowers,
Call us, and we'll make all the arrangements.
Like, how do phone sex lines make money these days?
Just call our name.
We're all on these cell phones.
I took diet pills. I lost 34 pounds.
6 months later, the weight came back.
When I decided to get off the diet roller coaster and get on a Nordic track.
In fact,
Get
Nordic
on
Track is so
heroin.
easy to stick with that after 5 years,
I haven't
7 out
eaten
of
in
10
weeks.
Nordic Track owners still use their Nordic Track skiers an average of 3 times a week.
It's been more than 2 years. The weight's still off, and I'm still on my Nordic Track. You should give Nordic Track a try.
Call
I mean,
now
I
for a free
should.
video and brochure. Take weight off and keep it off. Nordic Track introduces the weight loss satisfaction guarantee.
Yes, she does.
Research shows that Nordic Track's total body
She's
workout
doing anything
burns more
Oprah
calories
says.
than exercisers that only work your legs. Discover what numerous customers have found. With regular
Yeah, my mom had a
exercise on
Nordic Track for a
you can
bit
take weight
too.
off and keep
It's
it off.
right next to
And
the
we're so
piano in our house that
confident
nobody
you'll lose weight,
played.
too. We guarantee it. We'll guarantee that you'll lose at least 10 pounds in 60 days or your money back. Call now for a free video and brochure. Ask about our 60-day weight loss satisfaction guarantee.
What if satisfaction is like, I want to be close to Flockhart small?
Hotline.
Can't guarantee that, buddy.
Tonight, give me a call. Is there a new love in Superstar?
This is the thing about the piano in our house. It wasn't even there to look good. We just threw clothes on it. We inherited it from a dead relative. Like, nobody played it. It just sat in a room with stuff on it.
Right now, let's get back to the ring.
Alright, here we go. We're not going to step to Ron. Because the song says don't step to Ron.
He doesn't know any dirt on me.
I'm sure it can't be too hard.
Nordic Truck number is a life alert scam. I feel like there's a lot of life alert scams, like phone number rackets these days. If you watch like over-the-air TV at like 3 a.m. Look at Ron's vest. That thing's beautiful. Looks like his kid made it for him. And the kid's like, please, can you wear it on TV, Dad? I was like, fine. Ron was a genie. Brian's going to say something by the end of this show that's going to have me hacking. I was 67. I thought the job guy was DDP for a second. Matt Shepard. It's adorable that he tied strings around his arms to look like a real wrestler boy. Yeah, Ron did have the Mega Man like headgear when he was Farouk. That is something. Sarah said they pushed I pushed the button for no, there are no people over 50 in my house. They still tried to push a free life alert button. That's how they get you. I remember years ago the Ring of Honor like helpline, I think they called it.
They don't like you to call it Chi-Town, by the way.
Where they would like they show it on TV every week. Oh, find out trivia about Jay Lethal. And then you call it, it would just be Kevin Kelly begging you to get a life alert. And like trying to transfer you to a phone sex line. It was wild. Hey, John the Revelator, that is Fat Simmons. Fat Tuesday Simmons. Also, shout out to Ramblings, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're supposed to be a Roman gladiator, but with like cool 90s colors. Rod was auditioning for Kazam too. Was Kazam 1 even out at this time? I thought Kazam was like 95.
And Ron Simmons has a real right hand.
Might have been like early 94. Maybe that's where Ron got it from.
All right, so we'll tune in and call in tomorrow night, see what dirt you have on Oakland. Arm drag takedown.
See, that makes sense. Ron's like, yeah, I'm going bald. And then he got rid of the helmet, and he just was like, whatever. I'm living with this hairline. Good on him.
And a stomp right to the shoulder. This Ron Simmons is one aggressive individual, and that's putting it mildly, Bobby. Brain, Heenan. What should I call you? Mr. Heenan, Bobby, or the Brain?
My friends call me Bobby. You can call me Mr. Heenan.
They've been working together for 4 months. And Tony's just now like, hey, what do I call you?
Headbutt from Simmons. Sending Shepard to the near side.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh.
He planted him. This should be about all, and it is.
Dude somehow looked both like he was jumping too high and like he sandbagged all at the same time.
Ron Simmons gets the win. Fans don't forget.
Oh, jeez. I love how Ron, like, pretty much commits a murder. And then they meet and go, like a morning TV talk show.
At Spring Stampede.
Look at this. There's a
Replay of a kick to the stomach.
There's a slam dunk. What else is he gonna do?
Good spine busters are the best.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you, Drugs. And Ron had one of the best.
And then pin him. He's taking care of 5 sports in the last 4 seconds.
And do not step to Ron. You know, Ron was on his way out at this point.
For a special National Geographic Explorer.
Like, he'd pretty much been on his way out throughout, like, 93.
8:05 Eastern, Monday night.
Like, he loses the title to Vader. And then he just kind of floats for a bit. He turns heel
and can't take them
at the I think it's the end of 93. And it's just like, yeah, you're gone.
Since Twix gives you chewy caramel twice, milk chocolate.
Oh, so I'm sorry, I missed you, Jonathan. Off the Grid is on YouTube right now. We watched NWA Worldwide from Nashville, Tennessee from July 1999, featuring my favorite and yours, Burt Prentice. And so much Taj Mowry. Ron didn't start going to ECW until the summer of 94, I believe. Yeah, no, Ron hung around for like a bit over a year after he lost to Vader. Because he had the run, the Ghetto Odds match. Because Bill Watts, am I right? It's a handicap match, 2-on-3, where they debuted Scorpio. And then like Ron got jealous of Scorpio, and they didn't really do anything with that. I appreciate the setup. Thank you, Jonathan. Yes. Off the Grid. Off this Sunday, back next Sunday. Trying to make it an every other Sunday thing on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, Wario goes back quite a ways. Like, my mom was a big fan of Wario's Woods on the original NES. It was one of the last games made for the
Star Wars Micro Machines. There's a cool adventure in every collection. Micro Machines Star Wars collections and vehicle collections, each sold separately.
Game Genie now costs less. Now get Game Genie.
I love that's the basis of the ad. Our product's cheaper.
For Super NES, Sega Genesis, and
Not better, not cooler. It's cheaper.
For 94-player baseball, it's a whole new ballgame with even more quality and collectability. We've got a hot new look.
Oh, stepping on a micro machine is the worst. I didn't collect them, but my nephew had a bunch, and he would leave them later on the floor. I'd rather stop on a thumbtack. Beyblades hurt too. I know I had somebody question me on that in the chat a few weeks ago. Hey, Ray of North America. Welcome. Most of us like North America, so I figure we'll like you. Welcome. Relax, sit down. Thank you for bringing the stale soda and crackers. I haven't stepped on Legos that much. My kids aren't big Lego kids. But I've stepped on a lot of Beyblades. Stepped on various like Pokemon box things. Very cool, yes. We are here every Tuesday, Ray. Classic wrestling, some of it more classic than others. Questionable that Jungle Jim Steele is classic, but, you know. Shooting right into the lights, so you cannot see him at all. Go, Jim Steele, be the left. Be the left? What? Was Jim Steele, like, was he supposed to be a Democrat? What's your gimmick, kid? Oh, I'm a Democrat that lives in the jungle. Brian Armstrong, definitely not a Democrat here.
Steamboat's just going to naturally defeat Austin.
Be the left you want to right. Yes, the Road Dogg.
All right. The collar and elbow tie-up. Brian Armstrong, look at that. Use the hair to get the full Nelson.
Hey, Paul Topper. Yeah, Rody could win, theoretically.
And now into a top wrist lock.
Always an Armstrong. Yeah, Jonathan Mayer put that down on the bingo card. We got an Armstrong. I don't think Jim Steele got paid that much. He was out of prospects in America when he did the 911 job in ECW.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, he was. Jim Steele was the guy who played Wolf Hawkfield from Virtua Fighter in All Japan.
Would you like to hear? Why did you turn your back to me?
No, I'm sorry. I was shoulder block. Tell me one thing about this.
This is not that jobber tournament. It's just two guys. Jim Steele was being pushed at this time. Like, I think the idea was they thought he could be WCW's Ultimate Warrior.
That's right, Ron Simmons.
We do. If somebody that's better with graphic stuff than I am, and by better I mean can make a square with words in it. Hey, Speedy. Yes, Jim Steele was destroyed by 911 in ECW a few months after this, when this run kind of spurted out.
He's made it a point to come in and win matches quickly.
94 especially is weird, because WCW is not sure at all what it needs to be. Like, is it still WCW? Is it Hulk Hogan's Playground? The two concepts kind of fight for a little bit, then by the end of the year, it's just Hogan and his friends. The WWF is like, what are we doing? He does look a bit like Jim Powers. And yeah, he should be wrestling barefoot. That's a good point. Where do you get boots in the jungle?
The jungle.
Look at this.
He loves it when I ask him, because that's the only answer he knows. He feels so good when I do that.
Where do you want me
Hey,
to
Pop
say?
L, what was WCW's vibe? That's a very loaded question. The vibe at this time was very confusing. Again, it didn't really know what it wanted to be. Like, it felt like they were getting their shit together. Dustin and Austin were on their way to being new top guys. You still had folks in the company who wanted to hire these giant bodybuilder dudes, wanted to be WWF Light. Spring Stampede, which I keep plugging, excellent show. Go out of your way to watch it if you've never watched it. It's fantastic. Bischoff did not have the book yet. He got control of TV that summer.
I think it's the beginning of the end.
But they got their stuff together. I think it's Flair booking the top stuff, and then him just letting Dusty do whatever on the bottom, I believe. And then yeah, Flair hooks up Bischoff with Hogan, and everything kind of goes cuckoo bananas. You know, I'm a Steve Kern fan more than most. Very funny.
And that clothesline just drives him into that man. Now watch this.
Oh, Steve Kern's coming up. Kids, was Bischoff in charge? I didn't think he had the book. So Bischoff was in charge of TV at this point. But Bischoff never really booked the shows. People, that's a misnomer. Bischoff always had somebody else doing it.
Not me.
Want a bomb?
If you're serious.
I could be.
Okay, so he was.
How big is your TV?
He had power by February 9th.
Goldfinger. Diamonds are forever.
The way Eric's explained it, and I think Meltzer's kind of backed it up, is like 93 was just, he's just in charge of making the TV shows look pretty. And then 94, like you brought up Commodore Amigo, he gets power over everything. But again, he never books. Because he wasn't a booker.
Try to get up, Homer.
He's a TV guy. Supposed to a TV guide. He was not a 100-page, pocket-sized
Butterfinger.
information pamphlet.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Hollywood's next big bomb will be
Yeah,
set
that's.
off
I
by
prefer.
this terrorist.
There are some weeks we just the stuff we watch. I just can't find anything good with commercials. But when we can find a good show with good commercials, I love it. It makes it so much more entertaining. These streams. Nori's slowly scrolling channel. He's not the preview channel, no.
Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final insult. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, March 18th at theaters everywhere.
In '93, yeah, he did. So he didn't take the book in the sense that like he was putting together storylines or matches, but like he was there to like make deals and cut budgets and actually interact with other departments in WCW like a human being. And not like Ole Anderson. I saw that they are going to reboot the Naked Gun series with Liam Neeson.
From Walt Disney Pictures, the team that changed hockey.
We do not need a Naked Gun dark reboot. Gritty reboot.
And win the World Championship.
Mighty Ducks 2. Lovely film.
D2, the Mighty Ducks are back. Rated PG. Starts Friday, March 25th.
It still bugs me that I waited to try Old Spice High Endurance just because I thought all deodorants worked the same. Dumb.
Yeah, D2 ruled. My favorite of the three Mighty Ducks movies.
It evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer, protects better. You can't ignore that. Or this guarantee. Try it. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT, and they'll buy you a stick of yours. You gotta figure anyone
That's probably a life alert line also.
Deserves a serious shot. Come on, take the high endurance challenge from Old Spice. I did.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about the 93 run. Is like, the 93 booking is like, yeah, there's some really bad stuff. But yeah, also, like you said, the fans want Flair. Let's book. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to book wrestling. It's that hard to deal with the people in wrestling and move the pieces. But in terms of actually, like, booking a wrestling show out, common sense. You mean in terms of like D2 should have been about them going to that school, and then D3 should have been the higher stakes of them going to the junior Goodwill games? It makes sense. But I think at the time with D2 they didn't think they'd have a D3.
And the people are standing here in Albany, Georgia. He's not on his feet.
I hope they show the suplex.
Getting us those shots. You know, at one time
And if you don't know what I'm talking about and they don't show it, I will explain it.
You know, you need to say something.
I always love, that's one of the few like tag thing, like cheating old school tropes that I like. When the guys, you know, like a Boston Crab or camel clutch, and the part pushes on your forehead or your shoulder.
July. Didn't come back in the ring until September. We often thought that Cactus Jack wouldn't make it. And we thought then he wouldn't make it. He is still in this one.
Nick Patrick, lazy referee. Yeah, Cactus Jack and Maxx Payne.
He's probably having the best time of his life. He may be.
Such a fun team that didn't get a long run. D2 is the one that went to the Wall of America, yes. Yeah, we're watching a March 94 video of a February 94 match. It is wild, though, that they're airing this much of a pay-per-view match on TV. Like, I feel like this never happened back in the day. You'd get the stills, the whatevers, and you'd be thrilled for weeks until the show hit video stores. But also, I'm thinking about it. I may be part of the reason why they're showing so much of this. Super Brawl 4 didn't get a home video release. Something I learned recently from Chris Zellner and David Dixon's been on Between the Sheets. This is like the one WCW pay-per-view in the 90s that did not get a home video release. And maybe that's why they feel like, oh, we could show it. It is on the network. I like it more than most.
He is going to send Maxx Payne back out.
Like, there's an Arn Regal match on there. It's like 30 minutes. that a lot of people don't like, I'm a huge fan of, though. Those are my two favorite wrestlers ever. So, like, I think Regal even hates the match. I think it's one of his best matches. Welcome back, Brian. We've just been watching a pay-per-view match, like, for no freaking reason. Hey, Isaiah. I didn't say hey, Isaiah earlier. Welcome to the chat. The Saturday Night Nitro, the first wrestling runs, always looks like a blast from all of America. I'd love to go one year. I have read Regal's book multiple times. I think I have 3 copies of it. Like, I swear that was not a plan. Like, just because, like, Regal's my favorite wrestler. Him and Arn are like number 1 and number 2, depending on the day. I just ended up with 3 copies of it somehow. I think I maybe sold one of them at one point. Just a guitar under the ring. Yeah, that was weird. The Jimmy Garvin thing where Michael Hayes had already left the company. They're like, come back. He's like, I don't want to work. Even though we set up the turn with Johnny B. Bad. And he's like, oh, well, I'm hurt anyway. And Jimmy Garvin had to come out of retirement to wrestle. So the suplex, they didn't show it. Brian Knobbs, in his infinite wisdom, was like, I'm going to sandbag Maxx Payne on this Saito suplex. Maxx Payne, for those of you who don't know, Daryl Peterson, he's literally one of the most storied heavyweight amateur wrestlers of the 1980s. Like, I'm not sure if he was an NCAA champion, but he was like that caliber. Like, he was multiple time state champion in high school. Tony? I don't know who that is. Gee, I wonder who the guy with the boots are. Of this ring announcement. I don't know who these guys are. I've never seen them before. I don't think he was Lesnar good, but he was like the tier below. Anyway, he tries to sandbag big ass Maxx Payne. Max gets him up. And since Brian didn't jump with him, dude, he suplexed Brian Knobbs on his forehead. Not like a belly to belly suplex on your forehead. It was like the belly to back. There we go. The big reveal. The Equalizer's brother is Kevin Sullivan. Yeah, so yeah, Maxx Payne's really good, but I highly recommend. He did a high spot shoot interview with Chris Hero last year, and it's excellent. Highly recommend it. But no, Brian Knobbs took a Saito suplex on his forehead. It's one of the craziest looking bumps you'll ever see. He's the last big actual wrestler turned pro wrestler. Technically, Gable Steveson, maybe? I mean, it looks like he's probably going to wash out, but technically.
What are they doing now? I have no idea.
Here's the thing, Commodore Amigo, about Maxx Payne. I think he won money from that. So, like, we can make fun of him for doing. I'm pretty sure he got money out of that lawsuit.
Come on in, Equalizer. Come on in, Kevin Sullivan. Your return to World Championship Wrestling. Equalizer.
I told you I was going to bring him. I told you, Gene. I told you I was going to. That's my big brother.
This is your
Look how thick he is. That's him. I told you I was going to bring him.
And he said, look how thick he is. I'm like, interesting way to describe your brother.
Your brother?
That's my brother. First of all, I sent him here to be taken care of by a certain individual.
Equalizer is Dave Sullivan, aka Evad Sullivan.
My brother Dave is a special individual.
Yeah, it was settled, so yeah, I mean, he got money out of it. I don't think he ever, whenever these like trademark lawsuits come up, I don't think the person suing ever wants to like. I think they just want the settlement. Yeah, that was Evad. That's Evad right there. He had been doing like a Bruiser Brody type gimmick, like on the Indies previously, and then the first 6 months in WCW as Equalizer. And then this happens, and he becomes dyslexic.
because it's been repossessed by the Sullivans, who happen to live.
They were supposed to wrestle just now, and then all hell broke loose. Gary Michael Capetta couldn't be bothered to look under a blanket to announce who the partners were, and chaos ended.
This is your brother, David.
Yes, Evad, aka Irving. I love that call. One of the more underrated Bobby Lee Heenan lines. Thank you for bringing that up, Midnight Fowler. By the way, shout out to my SSRI gang, taking my nighttime medicine, so I can fall asleep after the stream's done tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I need it.
The emergence of the Sullivan brothers at World Championship Wrestling. Whew, what can I say?
The emergence of the Sullivan brothers makes that angle sound way cooler than it was.
This moment is brought to you by Midas. 1990, the Goodwill Games. Viktor Petrenko of the Soviet Union leads after the original program of the figure skating competition.
Watch, this is what the copyright strike will be for this week on YouTube.
Two-time world champion. In the long program, Browning outperformed.
I've heard I should take those gummies. I've had them recommended.
Kurt Browning, the Goodwill champion who confirms
I know what you're
his
talking
status
about.
as the world's greatest
I
figure
believe a
skater.
number of folks in the chat are familiar with those gummies.
Dear Midas, I was out hauling a couple of loads and my brakes went totally out. Luckily, I made it to Midas. Well, your guys had me diagnosed in minutes.
Dear
They
Midas,
explained what they were doing.
I'm going to typewrite a letter to the guys who fixed my brakes as a thank
What was
you.
special to me was the honesty of your people from the manager on down. They even offered me some pizza. I'll see you
Okay, I'm
again,
sold
Randy
now.
Terwilliger.
That was what Yelp was back in the day. You just wrote a letter.
Taste the sound. You can hear it.
Dear Midas, I never thought this would happen. Both my arms were broken. My mom ran into the room. The next thing you know, hey.
This year, it's a whole new ball game with 11 hot insert sets seated one per pack. Gold foil stamping, UV coating, the all-rookie team exchange card, more quality.
Firepro Spooky is saying that apparently Peterson against Rockstar Games got dismissed. I thought it got settled, but if you found actual legal literature saying that it got dismissed, trust that over the dumb guy on the camera. Sometimes I just say things. I don't know what I'm talking about, so people trust me for some reason. The power of male white mediocrity. Couldn't even say it. That's how mediocre I am. I love this gun. I love this commercial. We've changed nothing about the product. The box doesn't even look cooler. It's just cheaper.
You are me, Wario. You're very handsome. You have amazing powers.
I don't even think they talked about it
Pirate's treasure.
in the shoot I watched. But maybe he talked about it somewhere else. All right, Outlaw Cowboy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Glad to have you for the first time. Hope you come back in the future every Tuesday night and every other Sunday. We're here. Have a good one, Outlaw Cowboy.
This is unbelievable! In the May WCW magazine, get inside the brain of Bobby Heenan.
Hell yeah.
Find out who wants Ric Flair's belt. And Too Cold Scorpio and Marcus Bagwell get the third degree.
How did they find that out?
The WCW
That reminds me of my
magazine.
son
Get
Noli.
your
Some of
copy
you know
now.
him.
Available on newsstands everywhere.
We were playing the new WWE game tonight. Yeah, and Rick Rude came out in the Royal Rumble we were playing. And he got very interested in Rick Rude. Especially when I said that Rick Rude had the 80s version of Riz. So we watched a couple of YouTube clips, and I think he's all in on Rick Rude now. He loved the angle where Jake Roberts ripped his tights off. He's a little boy. That's gonna be the funniest thing in the world to him.
Introducing the full line of Tiger Shark.
Tiger Shark, again, as Sarah said earlier, do not call the phone number. They will try to sell you Life Alert, or even give you free Life Alert buttons.
And for family fun, it's the Monte Carlo. They're sleek, fast, powerful. They're Tiger Shark watercraft.
This feels like the Christian's entrance video in AEW. Sleek, fast, powerful, loving, caring. Father Christian. Oh, I love that sound effect.
To remind everybody to call me on Friday nights on the WCW Wrestling Hotline. Hey, I've got some information on Marcus Bagwell and Two Cold Scorpio that nobody knows.
Aren't they? You're managing them. You're not supposed to give away their info on the hotline, buddy.
No, Gene, you have to call my hotline on Fridays.
All right, the telephone number
The Tiger Shark number is America's hottest chat line. I might call that. I just want to know what a chat line would sound like in 2024. Very interesting, though. I don't remember Gene doing a lot of segments plugging other people's hotline stuff. He's as pretty as a picture, and he is a cowboy. I don't have a rhyme. I'm sorry to hear, Teo. You're back just in time for Johnny B. Bad dressed as a cowboy. He had a way of finding middle-aged white women in the crowd. Hell yeah, Teo. I wish I would have learned to not call 1-900 numbers. I wouldn't have been grounded. Hello, Kevin Marshall. Welcome. Yes, Mean Gene should be in the Tiger Shark commercial. Yeah, he seems like he would be more at home selling Tiger Sharks. Or America's Hottest Chat Line, quite frankly. I think if Gene were still alive, he would be hosting America's Hottest Chat Line. Hi, Kevin, all caps. Johnny Benet Ramsey, damn it, you're gonna make me cough on camera. On mic, Brian. That was way too good of a line. I had to stop myself. For those joining us, I am still coming down from an upper respiratory infection. Trying not to cough on mic, trying not to blow my nose. So you'll see me lean over and blow my nose. Put the thing on mute.
Both have all that long hair. Use it. Pull it. Yank it.
I wish this was Brian Zane's dad. I always liked this guy when I was a kid, because he seemed like Muppet Baby Andre the Giant. And I will put this out like I do a lot of weeks. I know Ian Riccaboni also looking for it. If anybody has a weird old BET VHS archive and would like to find, there's a talk show on BET in 1991 where Johnny B. Bad and Pia News came on to discuss the plight of the black professional wrestler in the 90s. That is my pie in the sky. That's my holy grail video.
We talk a lot, you and I. Or is it you and me?
Well, that and the episode of VH1's The List, where they had WCW stars on to talk. I think it was best hair metal bands, and it was the actual stars like Sting, Kevin Nash, etc. And the disco. And instead of doing what the topic was, they just shit on disco for the whole half hour. Mark Mero was Jewish. Mateo. Definitely not black. Pia News also not black. Yes, VH1's The List. I searched high and low for it. Everywhere I would normally find obscure pirated 90s TV came up empty. Even there's an archive.org archive of The List episodes, and that's the one missing from its season on there. Made me so mad.
He knocked him out with that left hand for the count. He's the bad man.
Vince McMahon loved the Johnny B. Bad gimmick and got upset when somebody told him, hey, you can sign Mark Mero. You cannot have Johnny B. Bad because you will get sued. I think we're talking about the same thing, Kevin. The BET appearance. Him and Pia News went on BET. They were booked to talk about being the plight of the black professional wrestler in the 90s. And he's like, shit. Like, yeah, me and Ian Riccaboni are both, we're looking out for it, consulting with each other. Yeah, this is so weird. I mentioned it earlier. Michael Hayes was supposed to wrestle Johnny B. Bad on the show, except they didn't advertise it ahead of time. Michael Hayes had a heel turn on Johnny B. Bad that aired the day before on Worldwide. They didn't air any clips of it on the other shows. They show up to the building. Michael Hayes is like, I'm hurt. Like, legitimately hurt. And my contract's up like this week. And apparently Jimmy Garvin was just in the area. They paid Jimmy Garvin to work the match, even though Jimmy Garvin was legitimately retired at this point.
And we had our legal staff look through all.
So then Jimmy Garvin, instead of just canceling the match that they didn't advertise, they paid Jimmy Garvin probably 5 times his booking fee to do like a subpar 6-minute match with Johnny B. Bad. That is most recognizable as, I believe, the first American TV appearance of the Stunner. Jimmy Garvin busted it, called it the 911 DDT.
I have to accept the fact that you can't get in the ring, the condition you presented yourself in, and consequently, you do not. But I will say this, Mr. Garvin, in 40 to 45 minutes, you better be ready, because you're going to have to step into the ring and take
this is such a funny story. He's like, Jimmy Garvin's like, I'm retired, and Nick Bockenko's like, you better get in the ring or you're suspended. And then he freaks out like, oh, you're going to suspend me. Oh no. There's like Jimmy Garvin's hair being cut. Like, he looked old anyway. That haircut aged him a good 15 years. They do kind of look like the HBK tights from that era. Absolutely, most of you. The perch that don't miss. Oh, geez. Some dudes did not know how to take that head scissors very well. Like, I posted a gif of a dude from like 95 that somehow did a forehead bump off of it on Johnny's knee. Yeah, they technically weren't there in 94. Hayes wrapped up in like late 93. And they had built up this match. And they were like, shit, we don't have a blow off. Because they taped it all at a worldwide taping, and it aired throughout like up to the weekend of this match. And we're like, shit, we gotta blow off this match. So we're gonna do it on pay-per-view, not advertise it at all, because we don't know if Michael's even gonna show up. And then Michael showed up hurt. And then they called Jimmy, who hadn't been there in a year, and they shot this weird angle. Coming up, Lord Steven Regal. Thank goodness, I love him.
Some wedding, huh?
This commercial again.
Would you
Seriously, they spent.
I'm sorry?
They could have just aired clips of Bond.
You?
Been like, okay, and probably drawn the same rating.
Want a bond? Okay, can I get you something to drink?
But instead, they spent all this money
And you didn't answer my question.
to film like a sharp-looking commercial
I could be.
for these James Bond movie reruns.
Begins tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy did have that tryout in '92 in the WWF that leaked. Not leaked, I mean, WWE put it on the network. But it's out there. And the most fun part is that after years of not knowing, like at the beginning of the WrestleMania theme, somebody screams, "Are you ready for the Survivor Series?" It's Jimmy Garvin from his dark match tryout promo, somehow ended up in the WrestleMania song.
Age of tradition and privilege.
God, Regal versus Buck Zuma.
Was a birthright.
Just my luck.
A sin. Now, from the director of A View from the Shore,
Leslie
comes a
Nielsen
picture of rare significance.
got a lot out of associating with wrestling in '94.
Naked Gun 33 1/3, the final insult. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, March 18th.
This-
Theaters everywhere.
He was on SummerSlam? Yeah, it was on WrestleMania the album, but it's like, it's WrestleMania. That specific song the version with lyrics. The intro is a sample of Jimmy Garvin's tryout promo. It's like that, and then Gene Okerlund goes, "Who will survive?" Again, they're talking about fucking Survivor Series, and the song's like, "Whoa, whoa, WrestleMania." Come on, Simon Cowell, get with it.
Check this out.
That song is called "Theme from Linda McMahon."
WCW official merchandise, and it's excellent. They've got foam fingers, fan packs, tote bags, championship belts, clocks.
Yes, it was Linda McMahon's song.
And this is my favorite. I bought it all, and so can you. Just call.
You think like she ever thought about using that for the campaign?
1-800-4WCW now.
For 94 Flair baseball, it's a whole new ball game with even more.
They could not have made the WCW merchandise spokesman kid look dweebier.
And UV coating on both sides.
I'm not saying he has to be like, "I have sex every day. Yeah, I drink beer on yachts." But like, could have made him a little cooler. Seriously, that was probably like $3,000 worth of merch in his room.
A game in every pack.
Got his tax refund. Went crazy.
All right, fans, welcome back to more action on WCW Saturday Night. Brian Pillman. We've got a match.
I respect Brian Pillman's thriftiness for he got the Hollywood Blondes vest for the team, and then he just wore it a year after they broke up.
Viable competitors when you got your nose firmly planted in the sky.
Is Randy Savage? Not yet.
To insult the people of America, the people that welcomed you here with open arms, gave you an opportunity.
Pillman had like weird patriotic promos every now and again.
Second to none on the planet.
Like there was the racist one he cut on Jushin Liger at that one Clash. And I mean, granted, he's wrestling. He's wrestling non-American wrestlers. It's 1994. I get it.
At ringside, let me tell you something, Sir Regal. Your education is about to come full circle because when you
I love how Gene was like,
ring,
"Sir Regal?"
Brian, you're gonna get a crash course on America.
Thank you very much, Brian Pillman. Gary Michael Capetta, take it away.
What I love about that, because Richard Land, I don't know if any of you follow him on Twitter, he's gotten access to some really cool like raw footage from shows, and I may or may not have gotten to see a Saturday Night taping recently, a tape that he may or may not have gotten, and now I know that there's like 20 minutes between Gene going, "Take it away, Gary Michael Capetta," and the match. Because they would just sit there and fumble around.
All right, Bill Siegler is his opponent.
Oh, as you should, Teo. Bill Siegler, hopefully not a pedophile.
Here's a good look at Siegler. Flying Brian, as you see the USA fans with Old Glory. Here's a guy.
Yeah, Bill Dundee in Australia, who stole. For those of you who don't know, that was supposed to be Larry Zbyszko as Sir William. He was going to be Sir Lawrence, Whistler. They were going to have him denounce Larry Zbyszko and be like, "Oh, I have British heritage, and my real last name's Whistler," and he would be Regal's butler. And then Dundee's like, "But I have an accent. Aren't you Australian? It's an accent." I mean, he was on the booking team at the time, so he just completely undercut Zbyszko. Regal's built like an upright table. The line I always steal from Regal is that my physique looks like a giant plastic bag filled with soggy mashed potatoes. Obviously, he did not look like that here. He looks amazing, especially compared to me. That was cool. Regal's forcing this guy to do cool things, like moving his body for him. have an accent that could fit into one of Mr. Fuji's old suits. Yes. I never put that together. Yes, he absolutely is dressed like Mr. Fuji.
Whoa, courtesy of the European uppercut, Regal. Oh, the television champion. Certainly, as he was in the locker room area, heard the comments of Flying Brian. Maybe we'll get his
Get an
response
exploder? Nope,
later on this
nope.
program.
Full Nelson, Dragon Suplex. Oh, always love that reversal because technically it's a low blow. That should be a disqualification.
Many months. 1, 2.
Great timing on the bump by Regal. Great timing.
Single leg again. This time Regal has Ziggler down. And
Yeah, Regal's 26. He's very young. He started wrestling very young. He was like late middle school when he started wrestling. Oh yeah, a lot of good quality wrestlers just kind of wrestle around in the ring before. I've seen, like, I've been at like indie shows before the show, and they'll just break down into like an amateur wrestling tournament. Those guys just want to like get in there and like break a sweat.
The Boss and Vader, one-on-one in a grudge match. We know the Great Muta will be on the card. And Flair will defend the WCW World title against the winner of our next match, Steamboat and Stunning Steve.
Well, if you ask me to pick a winner, Tony,
We're gonna have an actual good match up next. Not that we've had bad matches. Been pretty good, all things considered.
That's the important thing right there. Otherwise, I might have to go with Steamboat. No one probably cares more. No one wants to win probably more than Flair. And the only man that would want to win that bad, that more.
Yeah, there's a time and a place in 2024 for a good old grapple fuck. Can't have a whole show of them. Or like a whole promotion of them. Like even like the blood sport shows aren't really all grapple fuck. Like you got like Mike Bailey doing quasi kickboxing matches. Regal's the best. Tanya, you're never gonna like. It would take something very horrible to get me to say something bad about Steven Regal. I love him.
1, 2, and he got him. Yes, sir.
See, he can beat you so many different ways.
Our Steven Regal continues his winning ways, and he's going to make his way down here to talk to Gene Okerlund. He and Sir William about the challenge, I'm sure, from Flying Brian moments
Oh, thank you for watching, Game of Theater, and that's what I go for. I love when a show is like, what the fuck are we watching? He has a cane.
Comes down on the back of his neck, knocks the
He's gentrified Mr. Fuji.
His lordship wins again.
Now let's go to Gene Okerlund.
Fans still to come here on Saturday night. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat locking up with United States heavyweight champion.
Oh no, yeah, no. You needed to have a comedic element, the entertainment element, to make what Regal was doing work.
Stampede in Chicago on April the 7th.
Like Billy Robinson wouldn't have
Carrying
worked.
the World Television title belt, along with the World Television
But
champion
Regal,
himself, Lord Steven Regal.
he does enough to get some people to hate him, some people to laugh at him, that he can go in there and do the British stuff,
Doing a little research.
and it's great.
That I am. He went to,
And he was great at leading others through it.
You got her, pal.
Where's that exactly? Some out of the way place. I believe they pay their athletes to go to school there.
Absolutely not. They do it. It's amateurs.
Yes. Pillman, you were nothing there.
Saturday Night was the Saturday Night and Worldwide were kind of like 1A, 1B at this point. Worldwide because they had invested so much in filming at Disney.
Here's a gentleman who has excelled in everything he has done athletically. He did it at the high school, at the collegiate, and at the professional level as a professional football player.
Seriously, Regal was fine at the end of that match. Now he's covered in sweat. So yeah, he went over and did a whole like deck of cards workout.
Believe me, he's not getting a title shot with me.
World Television champ Lord Steven Regal says no.
Yeah, Nitro started September '95. We're about a year and a half away
An exclusive
from
interview
Nitro.
right here with the immortal Hulk Hogan. Don't go away.
More like the immoral Hulk Hogan, am I right?
The world in Orlando, and we kind of wanted to get an update on what's happening with your career right now.
Labor Day '95. Yep. Lex Luger took advantage of being the last day you could wear white. Yeah, Hulk Hogan was very small at this point. They said that he was training for speed. I think that's what they said. King of the Ring 93. He stopped bulking and was training for speed when he came out, and he was like 240 pounds.
Batteries not included. New from Galoob.
This year, it's a whole new ball game with 11 hot insert sets seated 1 per pack. Gold foil stamping, UV coating, the all-rookie team exchange card, more quality and collectability. 1994 Flair Baseball, a game in every
Oh yeah,
pack.
brother. I had salad and breadsticks. Another thing you might be able to get at, not breadsticks, baguette. Be able to get at Pasta Mania. Hello, Coco. Watch out. 420. Welcome. Thank you so much for bringing the stale soda and old crackers. Appreciate it. Pasta Mania, brother.
The other with conventional oil. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point.
Castrol GTX, I think, funded a good, like, if you add all the ad money they put in for these shows together, probably like a year's worth of WCW expenses.
And if Syntex protects this well now, imagine if you leave
Look
it
at
in.
the kid's shape.
Castrol
They had
in ways other oils can't.
like macaroni in the shape of Hulk Hogan's head.
Very greedy. You are me, Wario. You're very handsome. You have amazing powers. Plunder and pillage pirates' treasure. Bag up 1,000,000,000 coins. Buying
Yeah, Hogan,
bigger than Mario's.
up until he fucked it up for himself on Arsenio, that Hogan brand was ridiculous. And even then he bounced back.
Come and get it on
Hulk
Game
Hogan,
Boy.
like, I would love to see, they weren't emails back then, but like the notes,
Like many people our age,
going back
we
and
needed
forth
additional
between Hogan's
items.
people
We called
and the
about
restaurant
those
folks on
$1
how to
weekly
make
unit offers you see on television.
the
Boy,
macaroni
were we
more
surprised when we
Hulk
learned
shaped.
how little protection they provide.
That's
There
why
is
when we heard
Castrol
about Globe's
GTX. That's what
$10,000 long life policy, we knew
that's,
it was one for us. It offers
that's what
real
they
protection.
called what's his face?
Globe's
Not Dr.
long life policy
Kevorkian.
features level premiums for life.
Shit,
and
the
benefit
the
can
guy
never
from
be
Indianapolis. Whatever, the steroid doctor. I'm just gonna ruin my own punchline since I can't think of the guy's
applications for
name.
this policy. No physical exams. Just answer a few health questions. It's that easy.
And right now, you can start a $10,000 policy.
Watch
for
the
$1.
Life Alert
$1
old people
pays the
commercial.
premium for this $10,000
Like Sarah's gonna
policy
call
for
it. It's
the
gonna
first
be
month.
like
Call Globe today.
it's gonna be like a WCW catalog.
on
George
Globe
Zahorian,
Policy.
thank you.
Call 1-800
Zahorian. I kept wanting to say Kevorkian.
Call 1-800
Zahorian, he's a Hoosier like me,
572-8008
or he
now.
was at one point. He lived here for a bit. He was in Pennsylvania when he got busted.
We're back on WCW Saturday Night. Before we go to our main event,
I believe he was still practicing medicine a few years ago.
Stunning Steve. This past week, Mean Gene Okerlund had a chance to talk.
And I love this shot. Let's just shoot into the lights. Let's make this the most brutal possible dead camera angle.
On location, Disney World in Orlando, Florida.
He probably did, Kevin. George Zahorian probably did kill more people. But they looked great in the casket.
Whoops, as a matter of fact, if our cameras can follow, I believe I see the Hulkster right
What
here.
is
Hey,
Hogan wearing a... Oh,
What is this? Hold on, what is this? You
that
gotta
guy's
be
wearing a
the Chris
Mawashi.
Lemon, Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Where's the Hulk?
You can't say that, Gene.
Don't you ever call him little man, brother. This is the big dude. If I ever catch you doing that again, I'll shave your head bald just like mine is. You better watch out, brother. But me
Look at Hogan at least being like, hey, I'm bald.
right next to mine.
That's a wetsuit. See, I like the idea better that he's just guy's just wearing a Mawashi around the beach. That makes sense. It's a wetsuit.
Paradise or what, brother? Check it out. We've got Chris Lemon here, the star of the show with Hulk Hogan. He's a Navy
That's Chris Lemon, second generation Hollywood stud.
Doug Schwartz over here, the director. If you pan the camera way over there in the middle of the beach, that's not a mountain, brother.
That's an old friend of ours.
That's the shock master in disguise over there. He's helping us out today. I'm next to him with the turban on.
That's an old friend of ours who had quit the company like 6 weeks before. I will say, I'm impressed that Hogan knew he was the Shockmaster.
And we even fooled you as long as you've known me, brother.
Like, I'm surprised he wasn't like, hey, it's Tugboat over there.
Looked like it from the back, but I got to tell you something, Hulkster. Things really look to me.
Hogan debuted in WCW June of '94, so he's a few months off.
About this television series.
Well, you know, if you hang around for a while, we might be able to belly you up to the bar here, Gina, because I know.
I would never do that. Just a second. What's this?
The weather today? Not hot.
Bobby Heenan.
I love Heenan showing up. Like, Gene, you expect to show up in a suit. Then Heenan shows up in a suit, and it's like, this is weird. Does Hogan? Oh my God, he does have a stain on his shirt.
You've done it all in professional
A
wrestling.
little one, yeah.
Now you become a great television star. You got a real hot hit show here going now. But isn't there some unfinished business you've left behind in your wrestling
I think the
career?
fun, Ray brings up the Earthquake, Dark Side of the Ring. I thought it was funny. Earthquake was such a nice guy that they had to give 2 segments of his Dark Side of the Ring to Fred Ottman. Because there was just nothing bad about him. It was sad how he died. But his family seems great.
Are you talking about anyway, Heenan?
Well, I'm not.
Now all of a sudden you're
well,
making excuses.
No,
what were you talking about specifically,
What
Heenan?
I'm specifically talking about.
Now you're putting your glasses on. Get an
Right
attorney.
out here. Right. Just a minute. What I'm specifically talking about is, if I was the great star that you were, I wouldn't leave things unfinished.
It's got the tram from Disney running in the background.
Do I have to write it in the sand?
I think what he's saying.
Why is that kid in the background like, I'm gonna kick your ass, Bobby Heenan?
And on the cover there was a shot of you and Ric Flair.
Like a 12-year-old back there pounding his fist in his palm.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, see, that kid. Like, Hulk, I'll beat his ass for you.
Limousines and Lear jets and all that stuff. And I know I have to live with that every day, but right now I've got another agenda going here, brother.
Yeah, Ming laughing about the Shockmaster was adorable.
One thing, Heenan, if something happens, I get back in the ring, I'm going to go right to the top one more time. And when I do get back in the ring, brother, me and Gene is going to be the first man I let know what I'm doing. How about that?
And then he's going to tell people on the hotline and fuck it all up for everybody.
At the end of this, brother, that's when you'll get the scoop. And what you going to do, Heenan, when Hulk Hurricane Hogan runs wild on you, brother?
That was his name on the show, right? Imagine if he's in the NWO. He's like Hurricane Hogan. Yeah. I am surprised he didn't try to make that more of a thing in wrestling. Like they're in the WCW and to differentiate himself. Yeah, I think like there are stories you could tell on Dark Side of the Ring that would fit the motif. But I also know there are families that don't want to cooperate. Like a lot of the people that would normally be good for an Eddie Gilbert episode don't want to get involved. Mike Awesome's wife put the kibosh on his episode. It is wild in hindsight. They let him just walk around a building as small as Center Stage with that many people in it, with a stick of fire just waving around. It says a lot about Ricky Steamboat's coordination that he didn't hurt anybody with that thing. Steamboat's vest with the wings hanging off just looks like a dead flower.
In this one fall event, he will be led to the ring by the greatest promoter on the face of the earth, Robert Parker. He's from Hollywood, California. He weighs 200.
Do you think Vince McMahon ever got like mad when like Bruce Pritchard would tell him what's going on in WCW? And Bruce would be like, "Hey, they got a guy that they announced as the best promoter on earth." Look at Austin's vest. That's a beautiful vest. Austin's vest is what Ron Simmons' kid thought they were doing for Ron's vest. True, yeah, Vince. I think more it's Vince hated being called a wrestling promoter. I think he was okay with being called a promoter of like entertainment. Like there are Don King's a boxing promoter.
Milk chocolate twice, and that cookie crunch.
You know, they're entertainment promoters. I think it's more Vince just didn't want to be a wrestling promoter.
After another.
Didn't Steamboat come out to the series in '89?
Baseball, it's a whole new ball game. with even more quality and collectability.
Yeah, Vince McMahon
We've got a
sucks.
hot new look with
Awful
gold foil
mutant of a
stamping on each
person.
card and UV coating on both sides. We're covering all the bases.
I thought he used it in
With 11
WCW
new
too,
insert sets,
during the
seated
89
one
run.
card per pack. And
I
we're
could be
bringing
wrong.
home extra excitement.
I know for sure. Yeah, he
with
for sure
all
used it in
exchange
WWF.
cards. It's one unbelievable card set.
Yeah, you should call Vince McMahon every
A
report
game
about
in
Vince
every
McMahon's
pack.
bullshit. He should be called a wrestling promoter.
Debbie, these shots are fabulous. Beautiful.
Yeah, he had something else at WrestleWar.
Better than the
Okay.
last time, Tony?
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago while doing test shots with Debbie, I noticed
The actor who's playing the photographer here was
So I
probably
told her about Head
the
and
cool
Shoulders.
camp
See, regular
counselor on
shampoos
so
were
many
rinse
kid
flakes away, So
shows.
they could come back. But look,
Yes,
Head and
Brian, I'm
Shoulders
happy
helps
for you. We
stop
got the
legs
sexy
from
lady
deforming. See the
shampoo
difference?
commercial.
Yeah, picture perfect. Head and Shoulders turns dandruff
off.
problems into beautiful.
Head and Shoulders. This for you, Brian.
Don't
Followed
worry.
by sexy candy commercial.
We'd never leave you in the dark. Experience Milky Way.
That just made Milky Way look gross.
Only one children's
Yes.
vitamin has the fun
Brian,
sugar
yeah, he
that
was.
taste kids love.
That guy was to Dan Cortez
Complete with the vitamins
what
and minerals
Jay
kids need.
Baruchel was to Michael Cera in the late 2000s.
Happy anniversary to my bride of 32 years.
Get well soon. I hate gossiping alone. Happy birthday, sis. You're at a great age. Older than me.
Is that Gene Okerlund's
A special thanks
Get Well
to a
Soon card? I
client
hate
makes
gossiping
business a
alone.
pleasure.
I'm sorry. Am I still in the doghouse?
When you want to send your best wishes with flowers, call us and we'll make all the
You want to
arrangements.
send your best wishes with flowers.
Just call our name.
I'm pretty, yeah, 1-800-Flowers does still exist. Yes, I've seen it in a few Google searches. Ironically.
Meets Carl Malone, Lakers, Jazz, Monday at 9 Eastern. Then Tuesday, Shaq in Bay, Chicago. Magic, Bulls, Tuesday at 8 Eastern on TNT.
Boom. KFC, they are chanting at the Colonel. Yeah, I could probably name way more players on those teams than I could these days. I have no doubt.
During this matchup, Brain, between Steamboat and Stunning Steve, and you gotta realize, gotta know, both men are prepared.
Well, you know, for Steamboat, this is make it or break it. You know, it might be a while before he gets another shot.
Two very sensible haircuts in a profession not known for them. Both of these men could get jobs as bankers tomorrow if they wanted to.
Colonel is not going to let an opportunity like this slip through his fingers.
It's something when the referee has by far the wildest haircut in the
Steamboat
match.
trying to fight his way out of that predicament there. His back is against the ropes, the place he doesn't want to be, and there's why. He got a shot breaking out, and that's exactly what Stunning Steve wanted.
KFC.
Austin is focused on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I hope he's not thinking ahead to Stampede.
Lukewarm Steve Austin. That's how I feel right now.
Cost him the match.
Full on Dragon twist, sending Steamboat right down to one knee. Well, we heard the comment.
I'm sure this is great. I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure it's great with these two.
Walked around praising him about, oh, you're such a great movie star. Look at the beautiful beach.
This was one of the last great WCW feuds before the Hogan run.
To the camel's breath. I asked him. I rolled my sleeves up. I got dirty. I said, hey, big man, you tell me the story right here. And I got the answers.
God damn, son. 2% interest rate.
Steamboat, side headlock. Well, some interesting
No, this is not the match that ends Ricky Steamboat's career. That was in August of 94. These two feuded for most of 94. Like, Steamboat has the Flair match at Spring Stampede, but otherwise he's mostly with Austin.
We'll get maybe next week a comment from Ric Flair about what we've just heard. But Flair, like
I think the airbrush guy either he got tired or he ran out of ink on Steamboat's pants. A lot of white space.
Side headlock, shooting Steamboat in, hooks on.
Oh.
The crucifix, Steamboat trying to hang on to the rope.
Oh, Ricky, pulling the hair.
Again, takes him over. Solid
Yeah, what was lame?
Well, there's so much at stake here.
I'm glad we're starting to move past it, even if I'm not a big fan of Yeah or Yeet. But at least it's not what. Dude, Steamboat looked great last weekend when he did that spot with the Young Bucks. Like, he looked like he could have jumped in there if Darby was hurt.
April 17th, exclusively on pay-per-view.
Well, they got to beat Flair. You don't have to beat them. But Flair's not that kind of a wrestler. He don't lay back. He don't let you come to him. He'll take it right to you.
Side headlock takeover.
I forgot to do the mute there. Apologize.
Steamboat holding on. Steamboat content with keeping Stunning Steve on the mat.
I'm glad the woos are starting to die out too. Again, because of the Yeahs. Darby didn't. He got 12 stitches. That's, for what it was not that bad.
She was a year older.
Your cousin, female.
You know her?
No.
Cousin, female? Bobby Heenan, you have a female cousin? What?
Austin down for two and Bridges out.
Yeah, I'll give Taker credit for being one of the few guys to actually be able to kill or what.
Great wrestling by the Dragon.
It's like the spin cycle on a washing machine.
I guess it is.
I disagree with you, Commodore. I thought the match was great all around. Sting got what he needed at the end, so we'll agree to disagree.
He will have more about on the hotline tonight until midnight. You know, I want to remind the fans that I'm on the hotline as well on Tuesday night.
Oh, I've heard some.
That was a 3 count, wasn't it? Fucking Nick Patrick. That's the guy I think we can all agree we are glad was not brought back for Sting's last match.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, Sting did go through. It was safety glass, but still, he went through glass. Yeah.
Have you noticed they haven't really all gone out yet? You know what I mean? I mean, they're both laying back. Believe me, Steamboat doesn't want to hold him in that headlock, but that's the best move he's got right now.
Up. Speed, running. Action.
Austin had him hooked, and Steamboat came away. Now head first. Now they're opening up a little bit here, Bobby.
Well, they've got to now. Time's important. And they know Flair's watching. You know that, too.
And Austin in this era, some of the best bumps in wrestling. I remember when Ziggler started breaking out as like a big bump guy, and people always said, "Oh yeah, he's ripping off Kurt Hennig." No, he's a lot of those bumps. If you compare him, it's Steve Austin. He's doing like 92, 93 Steve Austin, or he was.
Once again, fans, the winner faces Ric Flair. Spring Stampede World Title.
And I love.
We will come to you Sunday, April 17th, live from the Rosemont Horizon.
I love the models in the front row who just know to clap when the crowd claps. That's it.
If they were any kind of fans, they wouldn't wear blue and C's and yell for the Cubs, who've never won a game. Bears are doing great, huh?
Anybody else real quickly here?
Well, we could talk about the waste. Well, I could talk about Chicago all day long, but why waste my time? I'm the one that made Chicago famous.
You?
Yes.
How did you make Chicago famous?
Hang around with me when we get there. I'll show you.
All right, I will, Brain. Back up now, though.
Chi-town, my kind of town.
Steamboat.
Bobby is he from Chicago? I thought he was from Indianapolis.
High impact blows in there, but Steamboat hooks on.
Bobby
Steamboat has become one of the greatest wrestlers in the world through wrestling. But he can also go up top, usually by his own accord.
Martial arts?
He's from Chicago, yeah, but he spent a lot of time in Indianapolis.
And I think has the experience
from Chicago. I believe Chicago was the territory where he got shot.
Being a world television champion for 18 months.
He is Indiana's favorite Bobby.
Gives you a great deal of experience also. But he's still a youngster. And he's going up against one of the masters. He's got him caught on the top rope. There you see Nick Patrick. Oh, he's laying him in now.
He's going to be very careful here.
Okay. Yeah, I knew he at least grew up some in Indianapolis.
It's a blow an opportunity at the World Championship because you didn't keep a cool head.
Stomping on the chest. Steamboat in trouble. head was resting on that bottom turnbuckle.
Yeah, he was a bruiser guy.
Abdominal stretch.
He does have Hawaiian blood in him, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I can smell the pineapple juice from here.
Bobby, yeah, absolutely one of the best heel announcers of all time. Absolutely.
Nick Patrick, and you hear Colonel Rob Parker.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the computer. I think I got it fixed though. Sorry about that.
He's got to right to cheer. He's got a right to pace the sideline.
Yes, he does. As you see, Stunning Steve holding the rope for leverage on the far side.
He's holding his hip. He's not holding the rope.
No, I think Bobby was holding the rope.
I love how Nick Patrick has the evidence.
Isn't it?
Could make him break the hold,
it's illegal.
but he's just screaming at him.
Back to the sick bird, huh?
It's not within the rules. And again, there you see it. Good work.
See, that doesn't put any added pressure on the whole.
And I wish I could get KFC to sponsor the stream.
Steamboat firing back on it. Staggers the U.S. champion.
Oh, stun gun, nope. Oh, spine buster. Hell yeah.
Come on, Steve, cover him.
Look at the instinctive move of Steamboat to get to his feet. Look at that.
Sorry about that.
Tremendous move by Stunning Steve. It's amazing Steamboat can even stand.
Nick Patrick is the worst ref. I hate him so much.
But look at
So much.
And Austin laying him in. Steamboat right now can't even fight him off. Look at it.
Like there are ways. Oh shit. Oh. There are ways to
He's got to get him back in that ring to beat him.
Oh, yeah, but that is.
to like look like you're not seeing exactly what the hell's going on, and he's so bad at it.
On one knee. Right
Steve wore the Dragon Slayer tights, I want to say Bash at the Beach that year. This is definitely the era where Austin, instead of getting like cool designs on his tights, would just get iron-on letters. I was a big fan of the Just Win Baby tights that he had.
You talking about heart and determination. Steamboat's got it all. Look at him again. Steamboat. Oh, no. He opened himself up that time, Brain.
Oh, he certainly did. He came over right in the middle of the rope. I wouldn't have done that. Almost got a 3 there.
Yeah, Regal doesn't get enough credit for how good his punches were. He had great punches.
Now focusing on the rib cage after that fling to the mat. After Colonel Parker got his cheap shot on the floor. He's going right to the rib cage now.
Hey Henry, welcome. You're time for the main events. He was never in WCW, Hebner wasn't. But Earl and Dave were both around for Jim Crockett. Like in the early mid-80s before making the jump. God, those 91 tights, I love them because he's supposed to be like rich Hollywood Playboy dude, and then he comes out wearing like the cheapest looking trunks possible. Hey CK Moss, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was very hard during this era to get center stage behind a match, but they're clearly invested, even if they're not making all the noise. There we go. Yeah, they're into it now. Oh yeah, Steamboat knows how to fight back, how to not die as a babyface. He is the best at it. Oh shit, he almost hit his head. That burp into the mic.
I believe Steamboat threw him over the top.
Chocolate rain.
He's got him rolled up. Turn around, Nick Patrick. 1, 2. No.
That was a good near fall.
Nick Patrick telling Colonel Parker to stay down. Double chop. Cover again. 2.
These two are working. Up, down, up, down, up, down. They're working hard. Hell yeah.
One man will go on to Chicago.
No, he won't get him that way.
And a chop. Where he gets his reserve from, I don't know.
This is it. It's going in Austin's favor now. But he
Yeah, Nick Patrick, you shithead. Yeah, that is funny. And whenever somebody will compliment Ricky Steamboat on his arm drag, he's like, oh, it's just Jack Briscoe's. And that's very nice of him. He doesn't have to do that. Oh, that was great. That was a great bump by Parker. I don't blame Austin for looking gassed. He's been moving so damn much. Oh. Nick Patrick, they are literally on top of you. This is high drama. This is a pay-per-view quality match. Listen to this crowd. This rules. This is great. 2. Jeez. This is like AEW Tony when he gets real excited about a match. And he just can't help but be a fan. I love it.
taking him to the well, but he can't do it. He can't pin Austin.
Who can get the backslide? Who's got the extra added?
Drop to your knees.
Also from a crowd that's seen like 5 hours of wrestling at this point, probably. It's TV, so we're gonna have a bullshit finish. Yeah, imagine having to go out after these guys.
How do you know that? Here comes Ric Flair. Oh, my. He hit Ric Flair. Oh, here we go. Flair came in.
I love how Ricky very delicately touches his face.
Sorry, now he's trying to butter up the
I'm so sorry, Rick. I love you.
That's the way I see it.
And Flair's hot about it.
Oh, of course he's hot about it.
He came in to help it out. We haven't got the official word yet. Steamboat will go into Chicago, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match to meet Nature Boy Ric Flair for the heavyweight championship.
I forgot that Ricky won the right to face Ric Flair by DQ.
Who still is pleading with Ric
For some reason, I thought they had another match the next week.
with the big chop.
Flair came in to help him.
It's a weird way. He's challenging for the world title. He's apologizing because he accidentally hit Flair with the chop. Up next, the man called Sting.
My little buddy sleeping like a baby.
Gotta sell
Won't mind if I take
one
a
more set of
vitamin
Butterfingers.
crispity, crunchity peanut.
That was a
I told you,
badass little
Boomer.
match.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
In a world of
Hey, chill. Anybody still able that was from WCW that would like to see a final match in AEW? That's the problem, is a lot of people aren't really able.
combos taste better?
Like some of the cruiserweights, like Ultimo's still around, if that counts.
Yeah, and I'm Robert De Niro.
But like from like this era,
It's action
like
I know what I'm doing.
Steamboat's the only one I think that can really move like he used to be able to, or like a facsimile of it. But even then, I don't know if I want to see him work a whole match.
Isn't that toilet seat thing again, is it?
Naked Gun 33
Like, we are. This show happened exactly 30 years ago.
Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, March 18th at
And some of these guys were up there in years.
Here
Yeah.
comes a whole new taste breakthrough. It's got less fat and better taste for you. It's not a trip on the same old road. That's right.
Yeah, Sting's the last of the dying breed.
Less fat and better taste than less. Better taste than less. Grease the proofs right here, you see.
Imagine if Triple H calls Taker. Hey, Prince of Saudi Arabia wants you to come work a match. Not as Undertaker, as Mean Mark. We need you in little skimpy trunks shape. No shirt.
I know it's gonna work on me. That's why I use Secret.
Oh yeah.
Effective ingredient.
Women's deodorant commercial.
Even their antiperspirant.
Yeah, WCW has been shut down long enough that like
for a woman's unique
there are kids who've graduated college who were not alive. when WCW was running. So weird. I feel so old.
This year, it's a whole new ball game with 11 hot insert sets seated one.
Yeah, also bring back Yokozuna from the dead to wrestle me, Mark. In Saudi.
Exchange card, more quality and collectability. 1994 Flair Baseball, a game in every pack.
You could do like a token like one day, like, oh, Ricky Steamboat wins the belt.
No flakes. You've got Selsun
I'm not sure. We're like, what is it? Almost 15 years removed from the Jericho run.
You've got Selsun power.
Oh, still got a match. I thought he was just cutting a promo. That would be so funny if AEW did a big last match for Bruce Hart. That'd be great. Woo! She loves Sting, as she should. Yes, literally kissing babies on the way to the ring, as one does. That kid is talking all the shit about how awesome Sting is. Hell yeah, Ronnie Vegas. Those of you who don't know, Ronnie Vegas ran shows in my hometown for years and years. Would wrestle in a shirt in like the early 2000s that said "Die Yuppie Scum." He would wrestle on his own shows as Boink the Clown. And sit in his Ronnie Vegas gear with his Boink the Clown face paint, collecting ticket money when you walked in. Goddamn, Brian.
I'll tell you what happened with Flair there. He jumped into the ring.
The dog's going nuts in the background for Ronnie Vegas.
Hey, I've won the match. And I was thinking, I've won the match. Now I got this shot with Flair.
Boink, yes, Boink the Clown.
When I get a chance, and maybe break his beat, maybe do something to knock
maybe
him down.
Break his beat.
This is my opportunity.
I don't think that was. He was apologizing.
It wasn't a pervert thing. He just couldn't find another word that rhymed with Boink that he liked.
Sting now ahead of Sting.
Oh, there we go. Maybe it's like they thought that if you squinted, it would look like he's beating up Bret Hart. But you'd have to like really squint.
Something he told me he will never forget in his career. Right now, the Scorpion Deathlock on Vegas. And it's over.
And Sting wins. Wouldn't have been something if Ronnie Vegas just won. Just shot him. They turned out like the breakdown, like the solo. The drum solo in Sting's song. That's when they brought it up for. That was so weird.
There's that Scorpion Deathlock. Nobody gets out of this. And he's made that statement. If he ever slaps that on Rick Rude, you're going to hear both his knees pop. You're going to have a
Preparing for Rick Rude by wrestling Ronnie Vegas.
That's Stinger. Good luck.
Let's go to Mean Gene.
All right, fans, you've just seen him in action. Sting, I've only got 3 words for you tonight here on Saturday Night. Ravishing Rick.
Sting, I got 3 words for you tonight. Suck it, guy.
And let me tell you something, Ravishing Rick Rude, those 3 words that I hate.
I don't mind Man Called Sting as much as some people do.
You say
I still think that first song, the turbocharged song.
So you don't want to put the belt down for those 2 reasons? If I look into your eyes, I see more like fear. Because I'm more than worthy.
And imagine spending all that time putting on that face paint.
I've done everything in my power to get you signed.
And then you work like 30 seconds and cut a minute promo, and that's it. But guarantee you there were TV tapings where he only worked once.
Last ace in the hole, and I will see you spring.
Suck it, guy. Coming to a t-shirt store near you.
Sting's new thing I'm going to be talking about on a hotline for Tony Schiavone.
Sting's new thing? Wait, was his new love like a kink?
We'll see you out here next Saturday night.
Sting into like femdom?
Considerations paid for by the following.
Sting's I think early 30s.
Hot Pockets filled with pepperoni pizza or ham and cheese.
Hot Pockets suck.
Try lean pockets too.
Machine gun blasting, molten morphing Terminator 2 video game action in T2, the arcade game, and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now on Super NES, Genesis, and Game Gear.
For everything that sticks. Now there's one loop.
34, okay.
The sound of that.
All right, so that's it. We're done for this week. I survived despite my illness. Thank you all so much for putting up with me having to like blow my nose and cough every couple of minutes. I appreciate that. I appreciate all your kindness, patience with me tonight, and your fellowship. Appreciate you all being here with me. Next Tuesday at 9. I'm not back Sunday. No Off the Grid this Sunday. Next Tuesday at 9. WCW Deep Cuts special. Fun episode. We will be watching Festival de Lucha. That is an unaired WCW Spanish language pilot that they shot in January 1999. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do. It's a weird ass show. Yeah, it'll be a blast. Thank you all so much for being here, everyone in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat. I appreciate all your well wishes. I hope you all have a great week. As I always say, even if you don't make it here next week, just make it the next Tuesday. Just 7 days, that's all we're asking. You can do it, I know you can. This is WCW Deep Cuts Live. I'm Tom, and I'm gonna cough the second that I switch this over.